That's how you trap your enemy. You let them do what they want. You let them do what they want. It is so much easier. All you have to do is put on the armor of God, and that's it. That's it. You don't need to destroy your enemies, they destroy themselves. And when you leave that out, that opening, it all comes down.
We have several in our midst. Jake being one, Jake Angeli, the
Right.
QAnon shaman, the Viking.
Yep.
He's closely tied in with all of our group. Austin Steinbart took one for the team. He was wrongfully imprisoned on bogus charges and spent 225 days in prison, having to take a plea deal because they just kept extending his court dates out. And he was kind of put up against a wall. Thankfully, he's declared himself a state national now, so he's a lot less easy for them to mess with. And we need to all start looking into that too. That's a good way to, you can reclaim your straw man. You can distance yourself from the corrupt courts and institutions. So I would recommend everybody who sees this to look into what a state national is and how to move yourself in the direction of becoming one. Because right now you are dead and lost at sea.
And you're friends with the Baron.
No, the Baron, that's my boy.
And you're friends with the Baron, so they should heed your warning. They should heed your warning, Mr. America.
The Baron of Arizona, for anybody who doesn't know, that's a heck of a character. He's an enigma and a genius family for sure. We're brothers, bros.
Moving your personal property, you're moving an automobile. It's not a motor vehicle, it's an automobile. It's your private property. And by the Constitution and by many Supreme Court cases, it's been declared that you can move your property, you can travel free of any encumbrances. It's all been outlined. You just have to know what to say to them. They try to entrap you. Because you don't have to have any of that shit. You don't have to have driver's license. You don't have to have insurance. You don't have to have registration. You don't have to have the plates. We are legally allowed to move our property, automobile being one of those things, from point A to point B with no encumbrances at all. You don't have to be licensed. You don't have to have any of it. You just have to know how to talk to them when they come to your window. You don't have to have any of that shit. It's all, when you sign up with a DMV to get a driver's license, to get registration, that means you signed up for all their codes. That means you agreed, you contracted with them. You don't have to do any of it. You don't have to. People don't get that. You don't have to, but then you have to know how to handle it. You don't have to ever, when they pull you over, you don't even have to show your license. You don't have to have one. You're better off not to. You don't have to have registration. You don't have to have insurance. Insurance is good. That means you're looking out for your fellow man.
If you're not a valid driver, you can't operate the motor vehicle in the state of Texas. That means you got to pull some bitch over and get a ride.
Yes, you can. That's fucking bullshit. You can travel freely in the United States of America. It's written up. It's been proven in Supreme Court cases over and over and over. You can travel as long as you're not if you're not driving a bus, if you're not driving a taxi, if you're not moving in commerce, we are granted the right to travel. It doesn't matter if you're in fucking Texas. It's in the Constitution.
As long as you're not in the act of commerce, that's where the license is required, is if you're doing business, essentially.
But if you're moving people, basically, I think it's with semi-truck drivers who are moving big parcels, but it's basically, if you're moving people, it's taxis, buses, limos, and that's almost it. The Constitution is null and void. There's 18 USC 241, which is good. It's conspiracy of violation of rights under color of law. 18 USC 242, which is conspiracy to violate rights under color of law. So all these things are repugnant to the Constitution. When the people, they do it anyway, they become personally liable. It's a big mess, but it's all set up to where these people, they're fucked in the end if they don't follow their oath.
Let me ask you this. My daughter is about to get her permit. How am I supposed to explain to my 16-year-old daughter when it's the day to get her license that she doesn't have to get her license?
Yeah, you're going to get your daughter put in jail is what you're going to do. Because I'm telling you, there's no law
That's
that
not
says
true.
the officer has to look at your Supreme Court cases. He don't give a shit. License and registration. No, I don't have to give that to you. Step out of the vehicle. I'm not getting out of the vehicle. You will be removed from the vehicle. He can legally do that in the state of Texas. Now,
You
you'll
say
have
I
to go
want
to
to
court
talk to
and
your
sue
fucking
him.
superior officer. I don't know. There's
Yeah,
that's not how
you're
it goes.
creating a situation that is only going to put you in harm because you cannot retaliate against the officer in any way.
I've seen it work repeatedly. I know people who have made it work repeatedly. It actually does work if you do it right.
Okay, well, you can do that. I only want to defend myself in front of the jury. So,
and I guarantee you, my daughter is not going to defend herself whatsoever. So
I suggest you turn her loose doing that.
but I mean, you can assert your rights, and then you'll be assaulted potentially, or your rights will be violated potentially. You'll go to jail. Then you'll have your day in court, and then if you can prove that everything that you just said was true, then you'll get a civil lawsuit out of it. You will. But if you fail to prove it, then you just went through all that pain, and you don't look. It paints you as an arrogant, angry citizen is what it does. Because when people see the traffic video, they go, "Holy shit! Why is this guy so mad? Why don't he just give his ID over?" Because that's the way people think. The only way you're going to change the way people think is when we get in power, we change the laws and go, "Look, you don't need a driver's license anymore. You don't need to have plates on your truck anymore." That's the best route to go. Just say, "Look, per the Constitution, we have states' rights. We voted in the state legislature that you don't have plates anymore." And then that's done.
Yeah, and I get both sides. I get both of it. Like, I get both ways of looking at it, because like the way that Luke's saying to do it, like, how you cite the law, that's the law. You have your God-given rights. You don't have to do these things. Well, the reason he may look angry, or somebody may look angry doing that, is because it's not enough people doing it, right? It's not enough people being knowledgeable enough, being educated enough, having the confidence enough to do that, right? And so I don't think that in our lifetime whatsoever, if the government continues to reign like it does, that there will ever be as many people that can cite those laws like Luke can do, right, verbatim, or and so I guess both ways have to be sort of shown, I guess, right? I mean, you have to show the people the rules, you have to show them how to stand up, but then again, you have to show them how to approach situations in a
so if you
different
go
manner.
about Luke's way, you have to know it down to the T, and you have to have proof of it on the traffic stop. He's not going to pull out his cell phone and read the Supreme Court.
You have to be able to stand in your truth and know it all the way through. No one should do it unless they are there.
Right. And you know how many people can do that? Not many.
But I know a few, but I can do it now.
I'm saying 350 million people in this country, 349 million and change couldn't do it.